I'm Sally Mills of Lavolta and Lavolta Principles, and welcome to Digital Bullets 2010. We've asked some industry experts to share their thoughts on issues and developments in the digital industry. We've given each person 20 seconds to answer those questions, or else they get the chop. So we'll be broadcasting a sizzling digital bullet on a regular basis, one question answered with many different points of view. Hope you enjoy. Apart from building the NBN, what is the single most useful thing the government could do to facilitate the growth and development of the whole digital sector or one particular segment of it in Australia? What initiative or position or action or investment would you like to see the federal government take?
I'd really like to see our governments help small businesses get online. According to the most recent census data, that only 50% of small businesses out there have a website. You know, most have email accounts and doing things, but a lot of them aren't getting the efficiencies and potential sales opportunities that could be generated through, engaging and really being online.
Education. I think that from preschool all the way through to universities, I think there needs to be a complete overhaul of the curricula from age 3 up to 21, 22, so that digital, whether that's seen as media or it's seen as an economy or as a platform or a communications tool or just a complete ecosystem, is part of everything that school children, college graduates and university students do.
So in terms of what specifically I'd like the federal government to do would be to invest in building startups. I mean, a lot of the early programs have now been cut. We do have a lot of interesting companies who are now starting to export their services, particularly in mobile, but all sorts of other applications as well. So I think we need to nurture that.
The best thing government can do for the digital sector is to get out of its way. The digital sector doesn't need government to help it grow. Nothing can stop it.
I personally like to see the government stay out of the internet. I think it's the time to pull out John Perry Barlow's internet statement of independence that he wrote, I don't know, must be 15 years ago about the internet and hand that over to the government. I think the less meddling we get from the government in the internet, the better things are going to be.
To take a more active role in funding new startups. Australia with classic tall poppy syndrome. We like to see things fail. There's a lot of fantastic ideas in this country. Many of them go offshore because they can't secure the resources from the private equity markets and VC firms here. As we are a small country, the federal government should play a more active role, just as they have in the past with other innovations.
I'd like to see a position of less regulation. I think this government has had a history of trying to do more in regulation, whether it's trying to get industry to self-regulate or impose regulations itself. I think that stifles innovation and competition.
I don't believe our industry needs subsidies. Investment is a great strategy for particular things. What I would like to see is investment in other sectors and other industries. The clever people that work in health, in science, in technology, in the cultural arts, if we invest in those sectors and industries, then it just has a lovely flow-on effect because our industry is integrated and inherently important to all of those other sectors.
Being able to not only support startups and small businesses, but also help large corporations